So you see this as you cannot back down from Putin. You have to meet him so he knows if he launches a nuke or he does anything else, he's going to be punished. Do you believe that the Biden administration has the heart to do that?
Unfortunately, they'll wait until after an action's taken before they'll respond, and they'll test the waters to determine whether the public or their allies would support it. Unfortunately, what's needed is forceful positioning and statement of clear intent before Putin tests us with a tactical nuclear weapon. Now, the odds are small, but they certainly are not zero on his use of that, and I don't see that as a likely outcome in the near future.
Why? Putin looks like he's a madman now. He looks like he's lost all control of the situation.
I think he is losing control of the situation. I wouldn't necessarily characterize him as a madman. He is extremely calculating, but he's proven himself to be incompetent, taking near-term risk for long-term no payoff. And it's putting Russians and Russia in a very bad position that I don't see them getting out of from in the next few years. That being said, there's no reason to paint him into a corner unnecessarily. He can still, and the Russian people can still basically pull themselves out of the situation they're in.
Doesn't seem like he has any inclination to do that, and I don't know why. I didn't even think he was going to invade Ukraine. I didn't think that he would disrupt his whole country the way he has, for, as you said, for what? Nothing. So now it shows me that he may be mentally ill. And if he is, then we got a problem, because this guy could do nukes or anything else. And I think the reality is that most Americans would say, all right, it's not worth it. Let him have Ukraine if it means we don't have to deal with nuclear warfare. I think most Americans would say that.
That would be a very dangerous choice on our part to accept that without response. And I'm not looking at Russia and Europe. I'm looking over at what could happen in Asia with China, which would be significantly more horrific if we were to give a pass in Ukraine. It doesn't play to our interest at all.
Now, one more question about Putin. We'll get to China. From your analysis and watching Putin, he doesn't seem to be the same guy that he was, say, when he met with Trump in Helsinki. He seems to be something wrong there. That's number one. But number two, if he indeed tried to use a nuke, wouldn't U.S. intel know that? Because there would be dissent in his military. It's not like the military is going to fall into line for a nuclear strike over there. Some maybe would, but a lot wouldn't. Or am I wrong?
So the Russian military, like its predecessor, the Soviet military, in their doctrine, they definitely consider tactical nuclear weapons, not in the same way that we view nuclear weapons. And unfortunately, since 2010's nuclear posture review, under the Obama administration has now been doubled down under the Biden administration, we thought we'd have a much more favorable world when it comes to nuclear weapons. And the reality is there's thousands of these things in the Russian arsenal, not covered by any arms control protocols at all. So it's very hard for intelligence to get an eye or a bead on these things if they are put to the field. Another part that's very dangerous is the authority for the use of these weapons, if it's been delegated down to field-grade officers, as we knew in the past in the Soviet times they did. That's an extremely dangerous situation if that's in fact happened.
Inflation at its highest level in 40 years, interest rates skyrocketing, we all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.